Hello everyone and welcome back to Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. This time a little bit different than all the other times because we are going to take a tour around our zoo and have a look at what we've done so far, and also speculating a little bit what's up in the future of Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. But first of all, why are we doing this? First of all, I've been in Austria for the weekend, so I didn't have time to create anything new in Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. Second, I didn't want to leave you guys without a video on Monday, because I've done that many times now as I've been in the USA, so I didn't want to miss out again. Third, Aaron Möbius wrote in the comment section for last week's video that it would be nice to take a tour around the zoo and have a look at what we've done so far. So I think it would also be a great opportunity for new people that are coming across this series to just have a look at what we've done and what this series is all about. So without any further ado, let's go and have a look at everything. So first of all, we are going to visit our zoo friends zoo shop here with the souvenirs on the inside. Here you can buy some season passes here from this nice little lady, and then we are heading towards the entrance. I think the entrance took me 2 or 3 episodes until we finished it completely. It's a major building and I'm absolutely proud of it still, even though my working skills change from time to time, but I'm very happy with it. I'm very proud of it. So here on the right side we have guest services, and on the left side we can buy the entrance tickets for the zoo. But before we head into the actual zoo, which is right in front of us, we are going to have a look on the left side here for our little playground. Here with the little trampoline parts, the climbing and slide area for our little guests. Here another little slide for the smaller children, and the swing. Yeah, just turn around. Here is going to be the exit gate for the zoo, I think. And here we do have our zoo hospital and also the other staff buildings. We can walk right here through that door and have a little look at the backstage area. Here, the backstage building. Some benches for our staff members so they can have a little rest in here, or smoke a cigarette. And then let's walk into it. The inside is still not done. I can remember I told you guys that we are going to get back into it and do the interior for our staff buildings, but I still haven't done that. So that is something that still needs to be done. As well here with our zoo hospital. That is right before us. The building is perfect and I really love how it looks, but also the inside, nothing is done in here. Not even the doors. So yeah, I'm scared where we might come out. Oh, almost through the door. Okay, perfect. So here at this area there is still nothing built so far. It's just the backside of some habitats and where our staff members can walk into the habitats. So we're going to get into that at a later or a very late stage for our zoo. So let's speed it up a little bit. Or walk along the playground. And then we are going to the other side. Here at this side we have a little picnic area for our guests. With some picnic tables. Here some art piece, I would call it. And here we have the Urban Plate, our little restaurant. Some tables on the outside. And here the buffet. With potatoes and lots of stuff in here, which nobody knows what it is exactly is. This could be donuts, but not really. I just don't know. I just put anything in that looks a little bit like food, and yeah. Okay, so here we have the counters where our guests can get actually stuff to eat. We also do have restrooms around here where the people come out with some coffee. Okay, that's weird, but okay. Okay, let's get out here. Nothing else is done on this side yet as well. So this will be all filled out once we come back to the point with our path through the zoo. And talking about the zoo, I think it is time to finally enter it. So here we are, Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. Let's have a look at our animals. And first of all, we are going to start with the Lar gibbons and the Asian short-clawed otters that do live in here with the gibbons. You can see the monkeys are on the back using all their climbing structures. I can remember I had a hard time with the climbing structure for the monkeys. I really love how it looks, but those rope pieces that you can use to connect the bamboo pieces so that it looks a little bit more realistic don't work with the climbing area for the animals, so they can climb where those rope pieces are. So I built all this structure here for the monkeys, but they ended up not using it because, yeah, just because of the little rope pieces. Then I deleted some of them, and now the monkeys are absolutely fine with it, and you have already seen them using that. Yeah, inspiration for that was Animal Kingdom from Disney in, I wanted to say California, but it is Orlando, where they do have something similar or something that inspired me to do this building here with the temple in the background. Yeah. So the first habitat that I built in here was for the binturong. You can see one of the animals in the background. Lots of climbing stuff in here as well, which they do not use, unfortunately. Binturongs are a little bit weird. They just don't like to use the climbing stuff. I tried so many things, but yeah, they just don't use it. Also, little temple structure here. And we are walking the natural path right along to the next habitat. Here's the indoor habitat for the Asian water monitor. Here you can see the indoor with the feeding, with a little glass roof on top of it. Oh, one of the animals is actually walking into the indoor habitat. I wonder if he's trying to get some food. Oh, there's a small one as well. The baby monitor. I assume we're going to have a lot of babies in here. I think we have to look into animal management at some point because, yeah, it might get a little bit crowded at some habitats, but I don't know. We'll see. So let's walk around here. and have a look at the outdoor habitat for the monitors. You can see one of them going into the pool, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I wanted to have an outdoor habitat for the animals because I was assuming that this zoo is somewhere in Australia or Indonesia, because the zoo entrance, I didn't talk about that, is highly inspired by the Taronga Zoo in Sydney. So I was thinking it would make sense if this zoo was in Australia, and it would make sense if we have an outdoor habitat for the monitors in Australia, because the climate would be perfect for the animals so that they don't have problems outside. It's humid, it's warm and sunny, so they have everything that they need to feel comfortable in here. So, but before we move on, we just have to have a look at the toilets that I also built here, like a little temple. And as you can see, our visitors are using it. And right next to it, we have a habitat for the axis deer, which, in fact, is the European fallow deer that is in here. We just pretended it's the axis deer because we wanted to have an Asian deer, which we didn't have at that point. Well, the European fallow deer is also Eurasian, I think. So, yeah. And the babirusa, which you can see in here. We have 2 females. There's a male in the background. Another female over here, I think. Yeah, and lots of fallow deer. Yeah. Lots of them, but not too much. And I think we do have just 1 male in here in the background. So everything seems to be fine in here. So before we move on, we go to the other side, and right next to our Asian monitors, we do have the habitat for the sloth bears. Oh wow, that was pretty quick. He wanted to play. So we do have 2 adults in here. No, it's actually 3 right now, because our youngster is grown up, so we definitely have to take care for that. Oh. Buddy is playing with the food enrichment item. Nice. So I wanted to have something that looks like a real zoo habitat, so I decided we're going to have a small habitat in here and connect it through that gate that you can see in the background, so that you can actually separate the animals and have a second habitat right here. And in the backside you can see the indoor area for the animals, where you can lock them away to clean the outdoor habitat as well. Yeah, there's that. And moving on to the next habitat right here, which is my personal favorite, because I really love the edge here for the water. That was the first time I was using that technique to make it look a little bit more man-made, a little bit more artificial, and a little bit more zooey. And so we do have this huge pool here for the Asian water buffaloes, and they are actually using the pool. You can see right here. The weird thing is they are not using it as much as all of the other animals in Planet Zoo. All of the other animals are just in the water and swimming all the time, and the animals that you want to go into the water and take a swim, they just don't do it that much. But yeah, inspiration for this habitat was actually the habitat in Berlin in the Tier Park, where they do have a habitat not for the wild Asian water buffaloes, but the carabao, which is a mix between the wild one and the domestic one. And they have a very similar habitat with a huge water pool for the animals. And so I wanted to have something like this. Yeah. So, before we move on to our biggest build and our most recent build, we are going into the Wings of Asia, our walk through Aviary. So first of all, you go into this little room in here, where we do have 2 exhibit animals. Here some snakes. Well, pretty many of them. And here on the other side, we do have scorpions, which we can't see. And we have nothing in here, because I think all the animals that were in here just died. Okay, we have to get new ones in here. But now let's go into the aviary. Oh, there has already been a flamingo. Lots of peafowl. Really lots of them. And also some little ducklings from our mood swans. We do have the mood swans in here, the greater flamingos, the peafowl, and also the red-crowned crane. Oh, here it is. And the guests seem really to enjoy it, and the animals as well. So it's a massive walkthrough aviary inspired by the aviary in the zoo in Miami, where they do have, I think it is called Wings of Asia. I don't know, but I think it is called Wings of Asia. So let's just walk through this. You can see more of the peafowls. We definitely have to get rid of some of them. We need to sell some here in those little huts where they can have a sleep. Flamingo, you should stay at the pool. And more peafowl. And here at the upper part, I wanted to have different levels of the animals, so and here you can walk around here. There's another pool here on the left side. Oh, there's actually 2 crowned cranes in here. That is pretty nice. I actually wanted the flamingos to be in here, but yeah, I'm pretty much fine with the crowned cranes as well. So here I'm planning to have an exit through the aviary where you will actually walk into the Asian highlands, where I want to have habitats for the takin, for the markhor, snow leopard, red pandas. No, the manu, we already do have them, the palace cat in our cat house. So yeah, for Asian highland animals actually. So here's another view on the little pond on the lower end of the habitat. Also some flamingos in here. Yeah, I really do like the aviary. I wish we had more birds and actually flying birds, but yeah, what's new? Okay, so let's go back outside. Turn right here. Once again right. And then we are coming to the most recent habitat that I built in last week's episode. And thank you guys for the many compliments for it, and also for the backstory of the habitat, because I told you guys this was the old habitat for the pygmy hippos that we just redesigned and built a habitat for the porcupines now. You can see them laying down on the ground. So therefore this is very artificial, and yeah, the ground where those animals are lying right now is actually the old pool for the hippos. So that's the reason why it is all concrete and no natural floor, except for some parts in here with the rocks. Yeah, I really like how it looks. I think it is very beautiful and it fits the whole thing pretty well. And in the background you can see the biggest build that we did in Greenpine. But first of all, here's some plants. Prickly head grass. Because we are not just a zoo, but also zoo and gardens. So we are somewhat of a botanical garden as well. So I thought it is finally time to put some plants in here and some signs that tell you something about the plants that you can see here. So therefore we have some desert plants in this space. And here it is, the world of cats, containing so many different cats from all around the world. For instance, we do have the clouded leopards in here. You can see mama, daddy, and the little baby here in the background. They have two outdoor habitats which are connected through this little thing here. You can go into that habitat as well, so you can separate the animals as well. Then we are moving on to our next Asian inhabitant, which is a soul animal. So we do have gentleman in here, which is a single Amur leopard, which is somewhat of the rarest big cat in the world. There's not much left of them in the wild anymore. You can see him. He's an old guy, so that's why he's alone. So we don't need, or we don't have to get a lady for him, because yeah, he's just here for retirement reasons. Beautiful cat. So yeah, here's the aviary. You should not look at the aviary from here, guys. You should look at the cats. Okay, before we go inside, we are going around the house and have a look at all the outdoor habitats. Here we do have the outdoor habitat of the African lions. One of the two habitats. Once again, you can separate the animals through those gates. Oh, here's a female coming into the habitat. So the thought behind that was when the lions do have babies and the daddy would be a little bit too dangerous for them, you can actually separate them. But I think that's not the problem with lions, so normally you don't have to do that. And here's the big outdoor habitat for the lions. You can see a small part of it. Going to see the rest of it in a second. Yeah, and I wanted to have something a little bit different. When you go in here, you can come really close to the animals through those glass walls. You can see the baby one in here. We're just morphing through the glass so you can have a better look at it. I think he's waiting for some food. Oh, and here's another one. So we have two babies. Here's two of the females. Haven't seen the male yet. Might be inside. You could hear him roar a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so here, not a great view at the outdoor habitat. We're going into the house in a few minutes. So we also do have some smaller cats in here, like the caracal. Oh, we do have babies in here as well. My god, are they cute? We have to go in there. I have to see them. Oh my god, aren't they the cutest thing ever? Wow, and they can jump. Okay. Oh, I didn't see Mama. She's here. Okay. Completely overlooked her. So let's get back outside before she gets angry. And in the next habitat for the small cats, we do have the sand cats. But I can't see them, or here in the background, I think there's... Yeah, here you can see one is on top of this. Maybe we can see them a little bit better when we're going inside later. Just walking a little bit faster. So here we do have another leopard, the African leopard. Here's the two of them. Oh, and we also do have babies for the African leopards. I think I never saw the African leopard babies. They are adorable. Cute. Mommy and daddy and two cubs in here. Great. Oh. He's going to scratch a little bit. Yeah, nice. Okay, so the African leopards. The idea behind the habitat for the African leopards was here in the back. You can see, we're going through the plants, you can see this connection. You actually could open that gate so that the African leopards could use that space as well. But they can't use it right now because I already see someone. Because we do have someone in here. Yeah. There she is. This is Lady. Like gentlemen, she's an older inhabitant of our zoo. So she's an old lady and therefore she is alone and has all that space for herself. So this one here, and she also has another outdoor habitat that is connected, which is this one right here. So she can walk all the way up here and go through the round pavilion and yeah, enjoy her second habitat. So the next big habitat around here is for the Bengal tigers. So I'm just moving a little bit faster. So here we have one adult lying here. Yeah, he or she is breeding, everything is fine. We do have a baby on the other side. Just having a look at it. Yeah. Oh, where is he gone? Where did you go, baby? We also do have a huge pool here for the animals because tigers do love to swim. So therefore we have somewhat of an underwater viewing area where you can come really close to the tigers when they are going for a swim. Unfortunately, they are not, well, at least not right now. And I don't think that he's coming to have a swim. Or are you? Come on, kitty. Yeah, come closer. Come closer. Come into the water. Show us how you swim. Okay, he's just drinking. Well, at least we tried. Okay, so the last few outdoor habitats are right next to the tigers for some small cats as well. First of all, here's the ocelot with a very tropical outdoor habitat. One is laying right here. I don't know if you can see him. We're just going in here. Here he is. Oh, sleepy cat. Okay, just woke up. And the other habitat is right next to it for the Pallas cat. Very different habitat, more like yeah, boreal forest. Little rocky in here. Can't see the animals actually. Oh, there's also one. Oh, babies! 3 babies! 3 babies and 1 adult. Yeah, the adult is living. Just moved its tail. Great. Okay, so before we come to an end, we go into the inside. This took so much time. The whole build for the house and all of the habitats took like 6 months or so. So it's been a lot of time that we have been taken to finish this. But I'm very, very, very happy with it. Here's the indoor for the clouded leopards. So here's the food for the animals, but none of them in here. The indoor for the Amur leopard. We do also have some education boards all around here. So nothing on this side, but here something about the Amur leopards. Fewer than 100 adults remain in the wild. So here you can see how endangered they actually are. Here indoor for the African lions, and here Mama comes. She's a little bit hungry. And also the babies and the male. 3 babies, 2 females, 1 male. All of them together in here. That's cool. Yeah. And that's how I wanted to have it. So that you do have the feeding in here. So that the animals need to come into the house to have their food. And as you can see, it works pretty well. Great. Yeah. Here, some education about the lions, which I did with AI. These info boards I did do for myself, but all of the educational boards here I did with AI. I said what I wanted to have, and AI made it for me. So the indoor for the caracal. So the indoor for the small cats are a little bit more modern and not like the big cats that are very, how should I say, like historical builds. Yeah. Here's the one exception that we do have in the house that is not a cat, the honey badger. Also the animal that I have in the house that caused major problems, because for this animal I had to deselect animal welfare because they needed a much bigger habitat that should be twice as big as this at least, so that they would feel comfortable. And you can already see this habitat is quite big. So yeah. So here's the honey badgers. Here, just a quick look at the backstage areas here for our animals. Nothing too special. So, and here we do have the sand cats. One walk through the bushes. Yeah, here in the back you can see one of them. Yeah, once more, some education on the animals, some plantings, some lights in here. Oh, maybe we should go and stop it. Turn out the lights for the last bit so you can see the building at night as well, because we do have lights in here. So, here. Doesn't that look beautiful? I really, really, really love that house. So, African leopards. Not in here, I guess. Not on the other side as well, but it seems that they are getting some food. Or that lady is getting some food. Let's watch. Okay, so it's the leopards that get fed. Oh, and here we do have one. Yeah, that's not pretty safe to go in there when a leopard's standing right next to you, but yeah, here we go. There's also a baby coming right now. Yeah, nice. Nice. So, just moving to the other side. For the tigers, which are not in here. We also do have 3 indoor areas for the Bengal tigers. Yeah, none of them in here. Yeah, so that's it. That's all of Greenpine Zoo and Gardens for now. So, what is coming next? I already told you guys in last week's episode that I am planning on building the next habitat. Right, wait, just put on the lights. Sorry, very bright. So we're going into free camera mode. Back. The next habitat is going to be built right here in this area, and I'm planning something big once again. I think it's going to take 2 episodes to build the whole habitat, because I want to have a combined habitat for the Indian rhinos and for the black buck and the nilgai. So these antelopes and the rhinos will share the habitat. I want to have a house in the middle that is also going to be walkable for our visitors, so that they can go in there and have a look at the rhinos. And then we are going to have 2 outdoor habitats where we can separate the rhinos, and where the antelopes can choose in which habitat they will stay, and also will have a separate area where the rhinos can't go to. So this is going to be a massive project once again, not as massive as the cat house, but it will take some time. I have already pictures in my head what I want to achieve and how I want it to look. It's going to be a more modern build this time, so this is going to be somewhat of the newest habitat yet that was built in the zoo, so therefore it's going to be in a very modern style. And we do have the Asian highlands that are going to be built right here with snow leopards, red pandas, taki and markhor, and whatever will make sense in that area as well, which is going to be created around here. And this one is the lion habitat. So in this part we are going to continue to build our African area for the park with elephant habitat, with antelopes, zebras, giraffes, ostrich, everything that has to be in Africa. So this is going to be also pretty nice. And I think we are going to go for America, South America, here in that area. And I also want to end the zoo when you walk out at this part here, where we will have a little farm with all the farm animals, like the donkeys, the sheep, the goat, and what else. So this will make sense, because you walk out here and there's the playground for the children, so it would make total sense if you just end the zoo here with the little farm area. Yeah, that's the plans right now. We also might have somewhat of an Australian area around here at this part of the zoo, and also creating some more of the city buildings around here in the end, so that we do have a very nice looking zoo and neighborhood. Yeah. Okay guys, I hope you did enjoy the little tour today. I hope you did enjoy our zoo so far. We're not done with it for a long time, I think, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did so, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. I want to know what is your favorite habitat in this zoo, and what are you looking the most forward to now that you know the future plans and where everything is going to be located. And also hit the hype button for this video so that more people can enjoy my videos here on YouTube. Okay guys, so have a great rest of the day, and hope to see you next week when we are going to build the habitat for the rhinos and the Indian antelopes or Asian antelopes. Okay, bye guys!